Hey, today we are going to talk about one of the most interesting topics in the world, mortgage interest. Now wait, do not switch to the next video yet. You probably do not think you want to watch about mortgage interest, but watch this couple-minute video and you can learn a lot, save yourself a lot of money in the future, and understand much more clearly how your mortgage works on your property. Maybe you're thinking about buying a home, maybe you're a homeowner, everyone borrows money to buy their house. But how exactly does that process work? We're going to jump into it real quick. For the sake of our video today, we're just going to assume that we're buying a $200,000 house and that we are putting a 20% down payment on this property. Using these numbers just keeps our ratios and the math a whole lot cleaner. Your specific situation is going to vary a little bit. We're also going to assume that we have a 5% interest rate, okay? Most residential mortgages are amortized or paid back over the course of 30 years. And so there's calculators we can use that tell us if we borrow a certain amount of money, it'll take and we pay it back over 30 years, our payment will be X, okay? So for this situation, we have a $200,000 home, 200K, we're putting 20% down, which is going to be $40,000, which means our principal amount, principal being the amount that we're borrowing, going to be $160,000, okay? So we owe the bank $160,000 and we have agreed to pay them 5% interest per year. When we factor these numbers into a mortgage calculator, it tells us that if we want to pay this back in 30 years at 5% interest, it's going to cost us $858.91 a month, okay? So we know that for the next 30 years, we will owe $858.91 a month. What we're going to look into next is exactly what ratio of this each month is going to go towards the principal and what amount is going to go towards the interest. All right, so we have just closed on our house. We owe the bank $160,000 and we have agreed to pay them 5% interest rate each year, and we're going to pay back that $160,000 over the course of the next 30 years. We already established that our monthly payment is $858.91. So now we're going to figure out exactly how much of our first month's payment is going to go towards our interest and how much is going to go towards our principal. There's an easy formula we can use, and we can use this for every month of the life of our loan to figure out how much is going to go towards our interest. And it is just principal times interest divided by 12 will give you your monthly interest, or the portion of your monthly note that is going to go towards your interest. In our case, our principal is $160,000. We have 5% interest, which means that our yearly interest cost is going to be $8,000. And then we divide that by 12. Divided by 12. And when you do that math, the answer comes out to the devil's number, $666.67, okay? So for the first month of our payment, the first payment we ever make, $666.67 of this $858 is going towards our interest, okay? This means that the difference between $858 and $666 is going to go towards our principal, and that amount is $192.25. All right, so first month payment, we paid $192.25 towards our principal, $666.67 towards our interest. All right, so we have made our first payment, and now month 2 is rolling around, and we want to know how much of our second payment is going to go towards our principal and how much is going to go towards interest. We can use the same formula that we just used, except now the principal amount has changed. We no longer owe the bank $160,000 because a portion of our first payment went towards the principal. So if you take the information from the first payment, you realize that our new principal amount is $159,807.75. I don't know if you can read my writing. So new principal amount of $159,807.75 times our 5% interest rate gives us a amount of $7,990.39. Okay? We follow our same formula. We take this amount, we divide it by 12, And we come out to an interest amount on our second payment of $665.87. We subtract our interest from our fixed payment amount, and we know now that in the second payment here we paid $193.05 towards our principal that month. So what you can notice is in the second month you paid slightly less in interest because you owed slightly less, and as a result you paid a little bit more towards your principal. This is how the life of your mortgage goes. Every month the amount that you're paying towards interest will go down, and every month the amount that's going towards your principal will go up. Why is this important to understand? Well, it's going to take you 16 years before you are paying more towards your principal each month than you are paying towards your interest. It's important to understand because in the beginning years of owning a home, you are paying down your principal a very small amount each month. It's not like your entire $858 payment is going towards your principal. Only a small portion of it is, which means that if you buy a house that maybe you're paying top dollar for when you're buying it, if you go to sell it just within a few short years, you're probably not going to have paid your principal down very much, which means it's very easy to end up upside down on a house that you bought without even realizing what's happening. That's why this is so important to understand that very little of your initial payments on your home are actually going towards your debt paydown. Most of it is just going in interest payments towards your bank. So that's why it's important to understand this. I hope you guys will watch further videos that we do that dive more into this topic. I hope you enjoy watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the bell icon to get all of the notifications.